everyone, Jackie Ledledge here with Creative Scrapbooker magazine and a technique taster. Today I'm going to show you how I made this absolutely beautiful card using Lavinia Stamps along with some Ranger products. So let's get right into it. I'm working on some Lavinia Stamps multi-surface cardstock. And I've just cut it out with an Elizabeth Craft Designs square die. The first thing that we're going to do is create the moon that you see right here in the background. And we're gonna do that using the Lavinia Stamps acetate circles. So I'm literally just gonna pop that right on here like this. I've got a scrap piece of paper to offload any excess ink, and I'm going to be blending to create this moon background using Lavinia Stamps Elements ink in Bermuda and Midnight Blue. I'm also using the Lavinia Stamps blending brushes. Oh man, I absolutely love these. They make blending a breeze. So we're going to start off with the Bermuda. Offload it a bit there. And then I'm going to start on the acetate and go from the outside in. I want a little bit of a darker edge on the outside, so I'm going to go ahead in Midnight Blue, offload it, and then I'm just going to go a little bit in just the edge. Now I'm going to go back with what's ever left from that Bermuda color, and I'm just going to go around the outside to give a little bit of blue, just a little hue of blue around the outside. There we go. Now I'm going to create the this very subtle background stamped images that you see right here, and we'll do that also with a Lavinia stamp. I've got it loaded up on this stamping block, and I will stamp with my Ranger Vintage Photo Distress Archival ink. I'm going to stamp off. I'm going to put the mask back in place, and then I'm going to go ahead and stamp again. It's a very, very soft look. I've done there. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stamp the Lavinia Stamp Owl stamp right into the center of here. I'll place it kind of like that. I am going to use Ranger Archival Black Suit Distress ink, and I'm going to stamp that, which I did already, so you can see what that's gonna look like right there. The next thing that I did is I went ahead and I used a variety of Lavinia stamps, some of their leaves, this reef, this little branch, and I went ahead and I stamped using the black archival ink along with the vintage photo ink that you see right here. And I stamped it all around to create this reef that you see right here. Okay, I took this walnut stain distress ink, popped it onto an acrylic palette, spritzed it with some water, used a water brush, and went ahead and colored in the walnuts or the pines that you see there. And then I'm also going to color in the owl, that adorable little owl. And it doesn't have to be perfect because this is going to be covered up. So go ahead, color this all in. I'm going to also use a little bit of the mustard seed to color in his toesies. And there you have it. So he's colored in nicely. Now, what I did do behind the scenes was I also stamped out that gorgeous owl stamp, and then I colored it in using the same colors, the walnut stain distress ink and the mustard seed distress ink, and I went ahead and I colored that all in with the Waterbrush in the same way that I just showed you. And then I cut it all out nice and close to the edges, so you'll see that I cut out all of these little stray hairs or stray feathers. And then I went ahead with a black Sharpie, and I used a black Sharpie to color in or to edge all these edges so that there was no white showing. So that guy we're gonna pop on top. As you can see from this card, it's been 3D'd. Okay, so we'll set that aside. Now we're gonna color in all the leaves. And for that I used 2 different shades of green ink. I used Mowed Lawn, Rustic Wilderness, and I also used some mustard seed. So you just pop them on here like that, onto the palette, and a little bit of this yellow. Spritz it with some water. Go ahead and get started painting in the leaves in different shades with these different colors of green. There you are. You can see all the different shading that was added onto that one. The next thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add some snow-like effects. So I'm gonna put the mask right back over top, what I've already done. I'm going to use this Dr. P.H. Martin's bleed proof white ink. So I'm gonna put a little bit of this paint with a paintbrush. Just right on into there, just a tiny bit. Spritz it with some water. Move everything out of the way that I don't want it to come on, and we'll give it a few little snowflakes. Have that in place, the mask. I'm gonna go ahead with my Ali Edwards Color Your Story gold pen, and I'm gonna create that little tiny gold line that you see around the moon. And I might even go and just add some gold dots here and there using this marker. The next thing that I did was I adhered some Robin's Nest dewdrops to the fern. See those little guys right there? They are so gorgeous and they add so much to the design of this card. And I adhered them using my Scrapbook Adhesives by 3L adhesive dots. So that is what I did right there. I'm gonna go ahead and adhere this background to a piece of metallic cardstock and then another piece of Creative Scrapbooker Superstock that I used my Creative Memories paper trimmer that has the decal blade on it. So I'm gonna go ahead and adhere all of these together, and I'll be using my Scrapbook Adhesives by 3L Easy Runner Grand to do that. I'm gonna grab my Scrapbook Adhesives by 3L 3D foam squares, and I'm going to pop my owl right on top of that owl. There we go. I stamped a sentiment using the Ranger Archival vintage photo ink as well. And then I just edged it with the Ali Edwards gold pen, added some Scrapbook Adhesives by 3L 3D foam squares, and I'll just pop that right in place. As a final little touch of this card, I'm going to go ahead and use some Tonic Studios Nuvo crystal drops just to give those eyes a little bit of a glow. And there you have it. All you have to do now is adhere this to a card base, and you have yourself one gorgeous, gorgeous Christmas card. Have a super duper day, everyone. Thanks for watching.